country properly. I always ask the question, what do you see to say where you can justify, right? Because me, when me start working or whatever, under Porsche, I can only speak from Porsche time, right? I know normally when Razor Pay giving, right, we always receive like a 5% during their time. So regardless if it's Blue Scrolling or whatever, or Porsche, each year we get a 5% where the first year you get a 1.5, next year you get a 2, whatever. Andrew came in and changed the entire system and gave everybody a massive. Then person are gonna say, oh, Dr. Na pay well, whatever.
So what is the massive MP? What is the massive?
Alright, so you see the problem is people, if you really ask them, it is not about the pay they're giving, you know. But one of the problem is because I work with the government, so I see basically a lot of the pay slip a lot of time. It's basically sometimes it's like the percentage of the deduction of what they. So if you say me get a $2 million in Razor Pay and everything come to $2 million, right? When the tax and everything come out, person still I receive like a 600,000, 500,000. So basically them are gonna say, oh, the Razor Pay not really make no sense. If you try to get to me, I try to say sometimes. So that is where the massive teachers, doctors, everybody receive like a over 200.
Muslin.
I don't like to report him. I don't like to report him when him. When him finish.
So let me respond right quick. Muslin, you know, sir, in your statement, you literally gave yourself your own answer. The reason it doesn't matter if my pay is raised by $1 million and my expenses is $1 million, I got no raise.
No,
that's what y'all gotta understand.
That's the reimbursement bonus. But so if your pay was basically 150, right? Then remember that the negotiation would always start from April, and then December they will get the announcement of what the acceptance rate is. So if my pay was normally 150, everybody raised pay approximately 200, 220, 230 in that space of 8 months. But the problem is what they're having is saying that when I get that 200 and whatever, they say, all right, for April, May, June, July, August, September, October, come straight down, they would get in that missed payment and that missed bonus. But what person do sometimes realize that when I'm getting, they still have to tax that money or whatever. So by the time April to come next year, I'm not getting any 150. Listen, I'm not getting any more 150. I am basically getting 200 and add. You understand? About person I was still complain.
All right, hold on, Mr. Muslim. Mr. Dr. Cole, I'm sorry. Go ahead and respond there.
All right. Do you realize that the new pay package, everything pulled together and taxable? And I need PNP, that was not so.
Oh, no.
Realize that
don't say that everything was taxed. Don't say that everything was taxed. Every reimbursement.
No, you're traveling were not taxable, and your laundering were not taxable.
Oh, that was not taxed. Yeah, traveling was not.
Thank you. No, it is taxable. No, it is taxable.
Because it becomes one package. Because it becomes one.
Hold on. You're talking, Mr. Cole.
Let's get back some order. Pause. 1 second, Dr. Cole. Cosmo, thank you for joining, but go on mute for a second. There's a conversation going on between Dr. Cole and Muslim.
Yeah,
Muslim, we gave you your chance to hold on. We have to do this in order, please. Mute for a second. Muslim, you gave your statement, so just mute and let Dr. Cole respond in its entirety, and then we continue. We're gonna do this in proper order.
So you're traveling and you're laundering and other little like allowance for lunch and so. Then pull it together and tax it. That's number one. Number two, you used to get concession for motor vehicle as civil servant. It was all advertised about MacD's, where you go and get government civil servant. You get was a 10 or 20% concession for motor vehicle. This government cut it out. Number three, you used to have affordable housing for a civil servant of $7.5 million. Now, a civil servant like a teacher and nurse a young professional cannot afford a house. 40 million, $39 million for 2-bedroom unit. So you tell me where's the benefit you see in this government that you tell me now? Say people are saying nothing now go on, brother.
Alright.
You have to do your research before you come and talk. I heal back to you.
Alright, so I hear what you said now. So referring back to the tax, right? You said the traveling and the laundry was taxed. Now, if you look on the traveling, who normally get the traveling? Is the person? Though is weren't the middle class payments or whatever who was getting the taxes? It was still is normally the same person who is getting that massive pay. So if you really look on it, it don't really bother anybody like who just come and get a job or anybody in the job. Is that
once you're working up.
It's normally the supervisors and the managers normally get
the music.
So normally is
it's Volano, face the news. Face the music. Me wanga evening wala we do.
Yeah.
Face the music. Right. And then that everybody else sit down on the right hand side of God, because they full up already. I'm in the reach it.
Yeah.
Right? But that's still evening there. What happened is that those who were qualified for traveling and those who did not qualify could not get it. No, it don't affect those who never used to get it. It only applies to those who used to get it. So I'm just telling you that this government is a 3-card trick. In give you with the right and grab it back with the left. Right? You talk about 20 massive increase. When you talk about increase. Portion them used to give us 1.5% or 2% or so. You have to look for the size of the economy, the size of everything, and then you can make a salary adjustment. This Prime Minister did not look on that when he might take 200% and give civil servant 20%. That's 180% different.
Yes, and I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I say that's I keep referring to back where will we as Jamaica officer here can we accept to say that alright, over as I said, over the everybody era from Bruce, Portia, straight back, we never yet got over a 10% mark, never in anybody 4 years of running as Prime Minister. And if Andrew come in and say here, he might give everybody one big massive, and then yes, we know the excitement when they give people them everybody in the politics that 300% or whatever. Yes, we all know that, but yes, still everybody did get that massive that year that 4 years are running. So if I can say, you know what, I'm not giving nobody no more 5% or whatever, everybody will get that 45% increase to 60% whatever. And then they wish for we can say, boy, you know what, at least we did get more than what we did normally get over the years. But yes, still, that's why I said, so sometimes things it look bad, yes. Just as though when you raise minimum wage, everybody will keep on complain about it. But as I said, certain things we can talk about to say, yeah, it is wrong, but at least it's the acceptance true to society with that. When I normally tell you.
Muslim, I think the part that you're missing, and then after I speak, Cosmo, I'm gonna open it up to you and then Reds, because y'all came up and we didn't give y'all a chance to talk yet. But Muslim, I think what you're missing is what Mr. Cole is really trying to point is, if you gave me a 10% raise, but yet inflation is high, cost of living is high, because we're dealing with massive corporate greed. We're coming over a worldwide pandemic and all of these things that led to a massive increase to the cost of living. So when you're going to say previously it was 4% raise and now it's 10%, you have to look at things in a holistic view. You cannot look at it so, just on that. You have to look at what was that 4% raise in that time able to do for my pocket, for my household, from my livelihood. Compare that to the 10% raise today. How does that differ? how is it impactful to me? That's what matters. If 10 years ago I was able to use my pay and buy these 10 items, and here we are 10 years later, and all I can use my pay to do is buy those same said 10 items, that shows me in 10 years I have not grown at all. And that is the point I don't think JLP is seeing. There has been no true growth. But
there was no new
Chris Kelly. Chris Kelly said them are send back market G guy England. Chris Kelly go read now, that's why the man don't need for God Jamal, you know. Who really need for God Jamal, you know. I'm gonna read up market G history now. And stop texting on foolishness over here about market G come back to England. Where the man ban? When you not go and move and look at yourself, man? Eh? Where market G ban?
Mama son, you're not in an argument with him more than just fling him out of the box, you know, that's all you have to do.
I'm not out of the box, I'm not out of the box, and I come in the person, but you can't
put him on the wall, make him stick like a fly.
No man, make him stay, man, because when them do that, no watch no face, me I go respond to it, no block him, because I'm gonna need to see the rebuttal. Oh no, have to follow, man. No come in, no disrespect, let them talk, man. Me tell you, say the more them comment, it a build your algorithm. So make them comment. Me there, me I go put up on the screen. Him say when him say low it, no man, me I go put up on the screen. Make the conversation go, man. No matter lose the flow of the conversation. Yes. Cosmo.
Good morning. Good day, everyone.
Good night. Good evening. Good afternoon.
Right. I think what a lot of people don't understand is giving somebody a raise but allowing inflation to go rampant in our country. It's that inflation suck out the raise where you give them. The thing with the people you need to look at is spending power. It's not a whole heap of money you need, you know. You need spending power. And even in Porsche time, because you say you don't know beyond Porsche time. But even in Porsche time, the spending power of people was stronger than now. When you go look on things like cabbage, and cabbage did reach a mark of $450. Cabbage was a cheap staple food.
$50, $25, all $10.
Well, I know, Mama, something. Let me tell you what used to happen with cabbage downtown. You used to have a time where cabbage, the circle, so it reach out $50 a pound. It never go beyond that. My heights might go at $60. $50 a pound. Then you have a couple months cabbage come in. And one person that up as a ball cabbage, $40 a pound. And when the person down there see her move towards them come in and they ball cabbage, $30 a pound. And when you move towards the $30 a pound cabbage, another person there runs say cabbage, $10 a pound. Yeah. Right? So because what happened? Those things were considered as cheap staple food. Now in Jamaica, right, cabbage is steady holding. I buy cabbage something now for $250. It come down from $450. Same thing with pop chow. Kalalo. $30 give a bungalow kalalo. Now it's $300 for a bungalow kalalo. $30 a pound for pop chow. Now a $300 a pound for pop chow. Right? So what happened? Those are facts. Right? So there's no cheap staple, nothing to balance your diet with anymore. Everything price run high. Inflation go up. A bag of fertilizer used to be like something $2,000. Now a bag of fertilizer $19,000. That right? So no matter what you say, you give somebody a large raise and you don't manage inflation suck out the raise out of something, and that is what reaching a lot of people now. Because the raise where them get, them still are finding it hard to survive.
Alright, so I'm going to answer back to what you said though. During Angelo this time, if anybody can answer this, were there any new tax added to Jamaica, any people? There was none.
I can answer. Wait a second. Pause. Let me answer.
You ask a question. You can't ask more than one question.
You ask a question, you have to make somebody answer. Because when you take it?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Let me tell you something. Right? And during Angelo HOLNESS, right, he said no new tax. There were new tax imposed on the people. When you increase the traffic fine from something there, the traffic fine 2018.
May I please, Cosmo?
Hold on, Dr. Cole. Just hold on.
Stop. I'm not gonna allow you to say stupid.
Just hold on, Mr. Cole. Just hold on, Mr. Cole.
No.
Hold on, brother. You ask a question, I'm answering it.
Jesus.
Traffic ticket.
Hold on 1 second, Red. We're talking order here. We're talking order. So Cosmo is answering Muslim.
Traffic ticket.
And once Cosmo answers, hold on, Cosmo. May I give you back the floor? Once Cosmo answers, Dr. Cole is gonna chime in because we all know Dr. Cole will give the facts and he's gonna cover that. And right after that, if you have something to say, you can come in after, okay? But we're gonna do this in order for everybody to learn and hear what's going on. Continue, Cosmo.
All right. So once you could do, you raise traffic fine, and you raise a ticket that was $500 on it. You raise a fitness ticket that was $3,000 to $15,000. That's 400% increase you put on it, right? All the traffic ticket, 300% increase on it. That is a new taxation they put on the people of Jamaica, right? Because what happened? You have more people driving now than in 2015. Right? Yeah, so you have more vehicles on the road now, so you have more people that is going to succumb to your new fine. That is new taxation, right? However, you want to consider it, whether it is indirect taxation or something, but that is new taxation. Number two, when you allow the inflation to jump and to run at the pace that it is, that a tire that I used to buy in 2015, I used to buy a 15 tire for $5,000. Now that same tire is selling for $15,000. So it simply means that I'm going to be paying more tax on that tire, right? So 15% of $5,000 is always lower than 15% of $15,000. That's new taxation. You allow the inflation to run, so the government is collecting more off of the same products that people used to buy. And that's what's been going on in Jamaica for the past 9 years.
All right. So again, the question I proposed was if there was no new tax, and then you jump about the car, right?
Yes.